Fireworks Cinema, where we watch all the movies. Today we're doing a double feature of Tenney's Witchboard 1 and 2. I decided to do these together because they came out fairly close to each other and they're pretty much the same storyline-wise. Slight differences, but it seemed overly repetitive to review them. Witchboard was done in 1986 and the second one was done in 93. So you got quite a gap in between these. The whole concept behind Witchboard is a girl finds a Ouija board in her apartment and makes contact with it. Now, back in the 80s, even I heard this, you know, it was a big thing. Ouija boards were really cool and you could really talk to ghosts and spirits and demons. The whole idea that Barker Brothers made the Ouija board and you could buy it at Kmart, it never seemed to occur to most people. I mean, there was church groups burning these things. It's completely absurd, but you know, given the culture at that time, bought into it, which gives a little more validity to these movies. And it's also kind of cool that Tenney did both of them, so you get a very interesting perspective on two. The first one features Tawny Kitaen and Tawny Kitaen's boobs, big plus there. The second one is Amy Dolenz, but no Amy Dolenz boobs. So that's kind of a bummer. When you're looking at them both, the first one, again, a lot more nudity, well, nudity period, and way less violence and gore. I mean, these are very low budget films, so there's not a lot of budget in there for gore, but two, definitely up the gore factor and the way the kills were done. So you've got that going for them. Plus, I love Amy Dolenz. Now, if this had Amy Dolenz boob, Witchboard 2 would probably be one of the greatest movies ever made. However, this involves the whole concept of if you use a Ouija board by yourself, the spirit can start to control you. Now, again, I heard all this before I'd even seen these movies, so these are real urban legends. And, of course, the girl gets tempted to use it. She starts talking to the spirit, and the spirit's very kind and helpful at first. But, of course, as you can guess, the spirit she's talking to is not the spirit she thinks it is. Of course, she believes it to be some nice, benevolent spirit, but it's really somebody sinister. And in the first one, this ends up being a serial killer who had lived in the apartment prior to her. Spoilers, but again, these are old, and you watch them for the fun. They're not that, how shall we say, surprising. And, you know, it's kind of cool. There's some nice little bits here and there. There's some good eerie moments. Tenney really likes, in both of them, to steal some stuff from Evil Dead, which is fine. It's kind of cool, but when you see the scenes, you'll be like, wow, that was taken right from Evil Dead. But it works well. I think it's a nice, creepy movie. It has good atmosphere. The ending resolution works well, and it's satisfying. It has enough sleaze with Tawny Kitaen getting naked to help. And it's a fun flick. In the second one, though, what I kind of like more is Amy Dolenz is very sweet and innocent. I don't think she's capable of looking any other way. I mean, every movie I've ever seen her in, and I think I've seen them all, that's how she looks. And she just comes off as that very kind girl. So when, you know, she starts using the board and starts using foul language, and her ex-boyfriend acts in shock at this, it's more believable than when Kitaen from the first one does it. Because you're like, wait, no, totally no. I don't buy that girl never uses bad words. But with Dolenz it does. You know, it seems a little more believable. Of course, her transformation can never be quite as extreme because you never see her as evil. And Tenney did a good job in when she goes evil, you see the evil spirit taking over. Now, 2, I think, did a better job of establishing a mystery, so I won't spoil it. There is a murder mystery going on, because she's talking to the spirit of someone who died and was murdered. So she's trying to figure out what happened. I like that. It makes it a little more a little more interesting to sit around and see what happens in the end. Again, the kills are better in the second one, but no boobs. That's always kind of a bummer. Now, the releases here are impressive, to say the least. I mean, you got two different companies, Olive and Scream Factory, but they managed to get the exact same type of stuff for the release. Again, very good. These are absolutely amazing releases. Commentaries, making-ofs, old featurettes from the VHS days when they'd send them off to different TV networks to get distribution in different countries and different regions. Basically everything you could possibly imagine they could find for these movies, they found. The transfers are fantastic. Absolutely no complaints. For the movies, I'm going to give Witchboard 1 a 6.5 out of 10. It's a fun flick, could be better. And I'll give 2 a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it a little bit more. Now, for these releases, again, 9.5 out of 10. Absolutely perfect. If they had slips, probably could have gotten a 10 here, but all you get is the basic cases. If you like these movies, I highly recommend them. Go ahead and get both. If you like one, you're going to enjoy the other one. So don't miss out on that. So there you go. That is Witchboard 1 and 2. Check them out. And be sure to be here next time at Movie Mayhem.